welcome to the Degenerate Gamblers NFL night. NFL, National Football League. We've been crushing in college football. NFL, little different. People have had a tough time lately, but we're bringing in handicapper Kevin Goatee. He's going to give us proper winners on a weekly basis, props, over-unders, sides, everything. Kevin, how you doing, man? You're out in Chicago.
I am. I'm in Chicago for a work trip, and I'm in the suburbs of Chicago, so I can't even say I'm really in Chicago. This is a paradise if you love TGI Fridays and Holiday Inns out here in the suburbs. So not my cup of tea, but here we are nonetheless. Hopefully,
Where
gonna
where
make some
where are
money
you?
this
You in
weekend.
Highland Park?
No, I'm right outside McHenry.
Okay. All right. All right. Was
Don't lie
Chicago
like you
legit?
know it.
Great town. Still good
Yeah,
where you are. Uh, I personally, Chicago's a big weekend for us because we have Northwestern playing at home, uh, getting some points this weekend. A lot of people don't like them. If you know anything about Northwestern, Chicago Big Ten team that can't play in their own
sure.
stadium, so they're playing on a basically built high school field right on Lake Michigan, and it's giving other teams a lot of problems. So we might have to take the dog this weekend and go with Northwestern. But let's get to the NFL because
Yeah,
it's been, I think it's been one of the most, nobody has seen what's happened in the last four weeks coming like I don't think it's ever happened. Like it's crazy.
it's nuts. The teaser situation, which I love. I'm zigging when I'm zagging and zagging when I should be zigging. Like the rule is the long teasers. You take the dogs of three or less and you tease them to at least +8 or more. I've been getting killed on those, and then teasing the favorites down from 7 to 1. Been getting killed on those because so many dogs have won outright. But every time I'm picking the wrong dogs to win, and I'm picking the wrong favorites to win. I think this week I think the ship rights and everything falls back to earth. And because if not, I can't take another beating like I have these last 3 weeks. But I think things are falling out better this week. I mean, the real shock last week, and I got buried on this, was the fucking Bills getting smoked. I mean, I had them to catching 8.5, and I go, oh, this will be, they haven't lost a game by more than 6 or 7, I should say, in 42 games, Howie. And then they get fucking boat raced on Sunday by the Ravens. It's like, well, that's over. Hey, at least I had Derrick Henry to complete a nice 5-way anytime touchdown parlay to win me, $1,000 on that. That was
Well,
nice.
I'll stop you right there because the last 4 weeks, the only thing that saved me on Sunday is Derrick Henry because he scores every single week.
Oh my God. I have him as an anytime. Sorry, I over 10.5 rushing touchdowns. I have him as for the prop for the year. That is going to cash easily by probably week 7 or 8. The good news is my futures are looking insane. I have McLaurin over yards. Now that Jaden Daniels figured things out, that's good. I have Jaden Reed of the Packers over 750. That's going to hit. Now that, God damn it, Andy Dalton's quarterback, I have Deontay Johnson over, I think, 850. That's going to hit. Mark Andrews, Travis Kelce unders. Those are going to hit. So Josh Allen over, I think, 3650 passing. That's going to hit.
Well,
So
let,
at
let me
least
let
my
me stop you
futures,
with
I'm
Mark Andrews.
killing.
Why this is kind, you look at the Baltimore Ravens, you have, Jeff Monken, head coach of Army, you have his cousin as the offensive coordinator for the Baltimore Ravens. Mark
Right.
Andrews has been one of the top tight ends in the NFL the past, I don't know, what, 4, 5, 6, 7 years. And
Sure.
all of a sudden this year, his role is blocking. He does not catch a ball, he blocks. What's going
He
on?
must have he must have pictures of John Harbaugh. Or sorry, John Harbaugh must have pictures of him like with a double-ended dildo in his ass and his and with Travis Kelce at the other end of that. Because it's amazing how he's just not being fucking utilized at all. Again, like I took him under, so I'm loving every second of this. I have friends who are in fantasy, like, dude, I am 1 week away from cutting Mark Andrews. Like that's how bad it's gotten with him.
He's This guy has the best hands in the game. Like he was,
Sure.
arguably right up there with Travis Kelce the last 4 or 5 years. And I mean, what's he had 2 balls thrown at him the last 3 weeks?
I don't think he's had 10 points all year combined. And this is
It's
now, like you said, week
yeah,
four,
it's really bizarre. And
five.
I watched him on the sidelines last week. He's not happy. He's pissed. I mean, there's no doubt he's pissed. Todd Monken, and you can't argue because they just bitch slapped the Buffalo Bills. That was an
Right.
absolute just beating. Um,
Right. Boat
and if you
race.
watch the game, let me tell you something. We give props to Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry is, in my opinion, he's the best running back I've seen. And I said the other day, 10 years, maybe 20 years. He's that good. The
He's not
guy's
better
the
than
mute.
LaDainian Tomlinson. We're going to stop that shit right now.
No, no,
Nope.
no. I'll
Nope.
put him.
Nope. LaDainian Tomlinson single-handedly won fantasy championships, whoever had the first overall pick.
Look, I know.
Hands down.
I'm sure you picked him, and you had a good couple Friday nights in the bar. Look, Derrick Henry could be the best guy I've seen. The thing is, he's not 5'10", 5'11". The dude is like 6'3". And, and
250.
and if he gets ahead of you, he's not quick, but he's the fastest dude I've seen. You can't catch him. You can't catch
And
him.
you can't tackle him either. Even if you do, you still can't bring him down. You need like 3 dudes to drag him down.
He
He's
gives you a
pretty shitty.
concussion.
Yeah. Oh, his stiff arms are insane.
I mean, no, the guy is just he's a mutant from Alabama. Just which that's all they do is put out mutants in the South.
Right.
But I mean, you watch, Todd Monken, the offense coordinator for the Ravens. If they win the Super Bowl this year, which I don't know,
Nope. Stop
I
it. No, no, no,
put
no.
them in the top 4 or 5.
Yeah, only because the NFC sucks shit. I mean, the Niners aren't the Niners without McCaffrey. I mean, they're 2-2. They're barely floating. The Lions their defense is disgusting. We just watched the Seattle Seahawks just take it
Well,
to
you said
them. I had
McCaffrey, the
Kenneth
Lions,
Walker
they're
and
kind of
what's his name,
missing. I
Stevenson
don't
or
know. They're
something.
kind of missing the second best tight end in football.
Right. No, I know. But I mean, yeah, but they're good. But yeah, I don't think they're in the Super Bowl because Lamar gets his own head in the playoffs. He stinks. In the championship weekend, he's no good. That's for sure. Listen, and back to Derrick Henry. He's that guy that if he hits on your girl, there's nothing else you could do except hold the camera as he just puts it in her butt. That's all you can want to do.
Dude, Derrick Henry is he's just what the other night when he got 6 inches in front of the D back, I was like, I don't think he's going to touch his jersey, and he didn't. Henry he's gone.
No,
And I mean, he's a
insane.
locomotive. He's an old school 70s, 80s running back with speed. That's what he is. He's not quick, but he's fast.
He's like Jim Campbell and Earl Brown. Earl Campbell and Jim Brown.
He's like Earl Campbell, but faster.
Yeah, yeah. There we
I
have it.
mean, so we go into this weekend and look, I mean, last weekend, let's just talk about real quickly the game that literally put everybody under last weekend was the Jets game because
I
people
was
teased
thinking
them.
about this.
They
Oh,
had
I
them winning
lost
the
money in
money
those teams.
line.
Oh,
And if you watch the game after first quarter, okay, we'll punch one in. Second quarter, yeah, we'll get one. Third quarter, yeah, we should score. Fourth quarter, we're screwed.
you
They can't
lost to a
score.
guy. You lost to a quarterback who, for about 2 quarters, maybe 3 yards, was -8 yards. Who ended up with 50 yards passing. Howie, 50, 5-0.
I mean,
Abysmal.
the last time I saw that, I remember, and I have a photographic memory with games that I've betted on. About 13 years ago. I may be wrong, but I think it was like 13 years ago. Uh, and this year I've done very well with college football. And if you're listening right now, hit the link, follow us on Whop, hit the Degenerate Gamblers because we're still above 65% in college football. And one of the reasons we've been successful is because Army and Navy are 7-1 against the spread this year. I bet Army every single weekend because their head coach, Todd Monken's cousin, Jeff Monken, was at Georgia Southern when I was there. And Jeff Monken is known for one thing. He played University of Florida when they were good, when at
The
Georgia
Spurrier.
Southern. And he's the only coach, I think, in the history of football, NFL, NCAA, high school. I don't give a shit what it is. But they played 4 quarters. They beat University of Florida and never threw a pass. They never threw a
Oh
pass.
wow.
They ran the triple option and they ran the ball for 4 quarters. I don't know how many plays, but they never threw a pass and won the game. I don't think it's ever been done. You can look it up. I don't think it's been done. But yeah, yeah. So, we go into this weekend, Kevin. We talk about the Jets. Of course, the Jets end up screwing everybody. And what happens right after Aaron Rodgers, Garrett, well, they're all just ripping Saleh and the OC. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
the Jets are in turmoil the way they are every single year. Um, you know, are we going to get the kid from the Raiders? Are we going to get him?
Devontae Adams. I saw you have the cap room, but I mean, if I'm Devontae, I mean,
He
it's going to
wants
be
to go
tough to
there.
pull it off. If he can go to the Chiefs, I mean, that'd be a ready-made recipe for an instant Super Bowl. But there's no way they're going to trade within the division. There's no way. I mean, who is he looking at? The Chiefs, the Saints, and the Jets, because obviously those are his two former quarterbacks. I mean, do the Saints have cap room? Maybe. I mean, that division's ripe for taking. But the
The Jets
Jets,
could figure it out. The Jets could figure it out.
they do. I think that was the 18 million. I think I saw
Yes.
something like that. Yeah, I mean that's. I mean, he's gonna have to take a cut, but if he wants out, there's your answer.
And will it make a difference? Because the way you heard those guys after and listen, after game two, I don't like our offensive coordinator. I haven't. I don't know what the hell he's doing there. But after game two, we were kind of talking, and after last week, Aaron Rodgers, there's a problem. There's a problem, and it has to be fixed quickly. If it's not, I mean, can you fire an offensive coordinator, a quarter way through the season? Yeah, sure you can. Um,
Then you lose Aaron Rodgers.
Look, it's Aaron Rodgers. You can't. What are you going to butt heads with him? He's 40. He's a grandfather. I mean, according to the NFL, you have to sit him down and say, "What do you want to do? How can we win?" I mean, and I love Robert Saleh as a Jets fan. I think defensively, he's as good as they come. Um, is it, if you know anything about football, he has nothing to do with the offense. He hired an OC, he hired an offensive coordinator. That's his job. But now there's problems. So what do you do?
Uh, Press reset on the old Nintendo system and hope for better. Yeah, man, that was a bad game. I mean, I lost a lot on that. I had the Jets in a money line parlay. I teased them down 2 different ways. That was a bad beat. I'll tell you, it was a really bad beat. It was the goddamn Giant game because I had a -5. I had the Cowboys -5.5. I'm at the fucking game. Dallas is going to get stopped. They got a guy who's never missed from 50. I go, well, if I'm going to lose as a Giant fan, at least fucking cover and win my bet. Misses a 50-yarder. I go, well, what's going to happen now is now you've got a good field position, but now Daniel Jones can't throw a fucking deep pass as we've
When are
seen.
you going to
And I
just
lose
put
that.
When are you going to put Tommy DeVito in and say, "Bye, Danny, bye, bye"? We paid you
Because
$7
you know
billion
why
dollars.
he does what they tell him to do. He hasn't thrown a pick in 3 weeks, and his completion percentage is not. Listen, he's doing what they're telling him to do. His completion percentage is there. He's not fucking up and turning the ball over. It's not on Danny Dimes. It's on fucking Brian Daboll's offensive play calling. That's what the problem is.
I don't know, man. I think Danny sucks too, man. I
He
really.
does suck, but listen, you can't. The blame is not on him for this. It is on Dayball's play calling. It's so shitty, conservative, and fucking weak. I think he had listen, when they can't run the ball against the worst run defense in Dallas, I think because I had Singletary, and here's the prop I had. I had him over like 14 and a half receiving yards. Dude, like a first catch was like 12 and a half in like early second quarter. I go, oh, I'm golden. Fucking guy never caught a pass the rest of the game. And then he's something like 10 for 28 rushing. Again, Dallas run defense gets gouged. How are you not just running that fucking ball? I mean, it's the Malik Neighbors show, which is all fine and well. I have him in fantasy. That helps. But it's on
He's a good
Dable.
player.
It's not on Jones. Jones sucks, but it's not on him.
As a Giant fan, no, you got to like Neighbors, man. That kid has,
Love him.
yeah.
Love
I mean,
him.
that kid, I would love him on my squad. Um, I mean, you look at the Giants, and here's what bothered. Look, as a Jets fan, and by the way, I'm the only Jets fan in my family. There's 17 Giants fans, and they all say I got dropped on my head as a kid. We had a crackhead in the neighborhood who liked the Jets, and I don't know, we became friends when I was in kindergarten. So
And his
I
name
don't
was
know.
Wayne Corbett.
Yeah, yeah. No, I go back. I go way
I
back.
know, I
I go
know.
back to
And that
Wesley
was Al.
Walker,
Yeah.
Scott Durkin, Bruce Harper. Like I go back to black and white TVs in my bedroom. Like, come on, baby, we can beat the Saints 75-73 when Richard Todd was thrown for 700 yards. I mean, but I always root the Giants on. It's kind of I'm a Yankee fan. I root the Mets on. I hope the Mets can
See,
pull
I
the
know.
seat off
I'll
tonight.
never do that. I'll never do that unless they play Boston or the Astros or the Phillies. Because let's talk about that, Howie, for a hot second. When was the last time a Mets fan legitimately congratulated? The Mets fans, all they do, most of them, the majority of them, what they do is they sit there when they're out of it in October, which is 98% of the time, and they wait for us to lose so they can talk shit. They run their fucking mouths, fuck the Yankees when they're not even in it. There's never that. So I'm supposed to reciprocate and congratulate the Met fan for what? No, fuck that.
Well, you
I'm
know
sorry.
what,
I don't do
Kevin?
that.
That's where you and I are different because I
Sure.
graduated from a college where I ended up becoming a special ed teacher. And
That
when I
explains the Jet
see,
fan part.
no, yeah, no, I was a special ed teacher. And, when I talk to one of my Met fans, it reminds me of a lot of the kids I used to teach. And there's a lot of empathy there. Like most Met fans can't read, so I personally, I literally, I hope they win. I'm like, yes, you can do it. Yes, this is the year. We're gonna go back to '86. Yes, and
Come on, Timmy.
they're playing.
Stop drooling out there, Pete Alonso in your jersey, and go out there and hit a home run.
Yeah, come on, you can do it. They're playing the Brewers right now. Oh shit, did he just hit a homer? It was three. Yeah, I think it's 3-3. Oh God. They're gonna
Oh,
find a way to fuck it up. No, look, I'm that guy. When the Jets don't make it, I root the Giants on. It's my family.
see, I don't
It's
mind the
New York.
Jets. The Met fan is more annoying in terms of that. Jet fans, I don't care about. Like that's fine. If you guys were to get there, like, all right, cool, man, go for it. Nice job. But the Mets fans, I can't do it. I'm not rooting for them because all they do is fucking get their hate on for us. But whatever. We're not.
Yeah, yeah. We have
That's
we
another
have
story.
what 27 world championships. They have two or three. Come on. I mean, you don't have any
Dude,
empathy for that. It's like,
no, that fan base brings it on themselves. That's why it's they all come again. We got
so
football picks to make. We could talk about baseball all day.
yeah. So Kev, we get into this weekend.
Yeah,
And it's a weird weekend. It's very weird because we start Thursday night
yeah.
with a team who no, I don't think there's two teams in the NFL right now that I don't think anyone saw this freight train coming. Number one, I think it's the Minnesota Vikings. No one saw this coming.
Right.
Sam
No.
Darnold, the worst quarterback that the Jets ever drafted, now he's what? Looking at MVP?
Worse than who was the guy? God damn it! After Sanchez,
Oh, we had like 10.
I
So
know. Well, wait, hold on. You're gonna tell me he's worse than fucking the BYU kid? Why am I blanking on his
no,
name?
no, he's the worst quarterback in the history of the Jets. The kid
Okay.
from BYU. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't. Yeah, that I had nightmares about him for 2 years, and I can't. I don't even know where he's with Denver. I think I don't
Yeah.
know, but we have and the other team that nobody saw this
Tampa.
coming. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Baker Mayfield has his squad playing. Thursday night, they go to Atlanta. They play in Atlanta, and they're actually underdogs, 1.5.
Division rivalry. I mean, that's pretty much. I mean, Atlanta. I don't know how you want to rank Atlanta home field. Its typical home field is 2, maybe 2.5, or maybe 3 in Seattle or Green Bay. But
This is
let's just say 2.
Atlanta. I
Yeah,
mean, it won't be packed. I'm
they're telling
sorry.
me you're telling me on a neutral field that this is an even game. I just watched Atlanta suck out big time against the Saints last week. with Koo saving their balls. You mean to tell me that this is a neutral game? The only thing that scares me is that with Tampa, they lost their 3 and 4 receivers are out. They lost Antoine Winfield, who's also out. Their guard is out. They're missing all these guys. Well, you know what that didn't do? That didn't stop me from teasing Tampa up to plus 7.5 and a couple teasers.
I think they could cover against Kirk Cousins and the boys.
Right, exactly. I mean, Kirk, they don't blow anybody out. One, two. Would you be surprised if Tampa goes in there and wins outright? I wouldn't. They sure as shit. Bucky Irvin. I also have as a prop over 44.5 rushing. Tampa run defense stinks. I have Godwin over. Fuck, I'm going to look at my notes here to pull this up here. But yeah, it's I have Godwin over his receiving yards. I can't do this and be on the thing at the same time. So yeah, Godwin over receiving. I have Bucky Irvin over, and I teased Tampa up with a couple other teases at the plus 7.5. I think if they don't lose, which I think they can win this game, I think they're not losing by more than a touchdown.
I agree with you 100%. I mean, it's first of all, I lived in Atlanta for 8 years, and I don't give a shit who plays Atlanta. It's neutral. Anyone who plays Atlanta, it's neutral because it's the worst sports town in America. Yes, worse than Miami. Yes, it is.
Really? That's bold.
Yeah, no, it's the worst sports town than Miami. Miami's ahead of Atlanta.
That's a Braves and Georgia Bulldogs town, first and foremost.
Well, if you ever lived in Atlanta and you went to a sports bar and talked to a real domesticated Georgian, they will tell you this. Like if you ask them, say, look, the Falcons play Georgia on a Sunday, the Bulldogs, who would win? Man, Bulldogs kicked the shit out of Falcons, man. Dogs ruled out. Falcons, they beat them 42-7. That's what they would tell you. With a straight face.
Yeah. My uncle is in Atlanta, so I got a good beat in the situation. Yeah, it's a Braves and then Bulldogs more than Braves, but yeah, that's a third. That's a afterthought, and then forget the NBA. No one cares about the Hawks.
I mean, I remember the year they had a hockey team down there, and I actually went to a hockey game with a girl. It was we saw the Penguins. I think there was 800 people. This was an NHL game. There was nobody there. And she was like, they don't even know what ice is down here. I mean, you're not kidding. I mean, this is for real. Nobody went.
But they know what cousin fucking is. That's for sure.
Kirk Cousins fuck. There you go.
Zing.
That's what it is. So then we go right into Sunday. We have the New York Jets playing Minnesota Vikings at Tel Aviv, or where is it? It's in
London. They're playing under the Iron Dome with Hezbollah missiles falling on them. That's hilarious.
It's somewhere over there. It's somewhere. The Jets are going.
The Jets be wearing the beepers then if that was the case. They were playing in Tel Aviv. Those Hezbollah beepers blowing them up.
So the Jets are playing the Vikings. We're in England.
Yep. Tottenham.
9:30 a.m. You can wait. I'll be up, man. I'll be up just going crazy. And the Jets are plus 2.5. And here I am as a Jets fan. We lost. We had the worst loss in the week. Last week. We're going to play Minnesota overseas. We're plus 2.5. And I'm thinking, this is perfect. We're gonna win. I can't bet that game.
I did, and I bet the Vikings minus 2.5, and it goes against all conventional wisdom. You play a team that's off a bad loss. You play a team and you fade a team off a great win with the Vikings. I just don't see the two. I jumped on the 2.5 on, was it Monday or Tuesday? I think I put it in. You're going to give me less than a field goal. Look, Brian Flores is demolishing teams with that pass rush. I watched, and you did too, watch the Denver pass rush just decimate. The Jets' offensive line is not good. You know that. I know that. And by the way, why were they putting Rodgers in empty backfield formations when they were just eating this fucking lunch, especially in that last drive, kicking him out of field goal range?
He asked that question too after the game.
Yeah. So I have the Vikings. I bet the Vikings minus 2.5. I think less than a field goal out there. I know I'm going against typical
out there. It's over there. It's not out there. It's not Oklahoma. It's over there. It's across the pond.
It's across the pond. I think they come to play. I really do. I think that defense is going to eat a lot of the Jets. I think now that they're already bickering and having these issues, like you just said with Garrett Wilson going, "What? Come on, guys, we're going to do anything really kind of interesting here." I don't think it's time enough to get shit fixed because they got to get there early and get acclimated. They're not going to change that playbook and get shit straightened out. I think the Vikings field goal less than I'm in. Already locked that bet in, and I'm shocked.
Kevin,
Shocked it
Kevin,
hasn't gone to
Kevin,
3 yet.
Kevin, they could win by 14 or 21.
Oh, I would not be shocked either. But I'm floored the line hasn't moved to three or more yet. I'm shocked that money hasn't come pouring in yet.
As a Jet fan, I'm looking at that. And no, I'm not betting it because I can't. I'm just not touching it. But looking at that, I would probably alt that up to 10, 10, because we're screwed.
I also did see. I think I did or didn't. I have to double check, but I might have teased the Jets to 8.5 too. I got to double check on that. I don't know if I did that or not yet, but I was.
Yeah, we're in trouble. Yeah,
All
that's
right.
it'll be interesting to see. I mean, only in London. I mean, I can see us getting just abused over there. I can see Rodgers getting all fucked up the night before, hooking up. By the way, Aaron Rodgers, right before the pandemic, saw him at the Barrow Street bar about 10 feet from my house in the West Village. And
Yeah.
yeah, I actually Al the bartender, I went up to him and said, you know what? The only problem is you're wearing the wrong green. And Aaron Rodgers said, that's one green I would never wear. True story. True story.
When was it? When was this?
This was 2019, right before the pandemic.
Oh yeah. Wow. And now here he is
Yeah,
buying a house in Florham Park, right outside Florham Park. Oh, he's
yeah.
in Tommy. No, he's in Cedar Grove. He's in Tommy DeVito's, your boyfriend's neighborhood.
I love Tommy DeVito, man. He's a good kid, and he can play. And he busted. I would, if I'm a Giant fan, I would love that kid playing. I wish he was playing for the Jets. I love that kid. He's got a great attitude. He wanted to learn back rat over back blackjack during our Ritz commercial. I love that kid. Uh, Listen, we get into Sunday, Ravens at Bengals. That's a good game. And the Bengals are only plus 2.5, and they played so shitty. What do you like there?
Right. There are a lot of these games that are plus 2.5s. I've already teased. I teased the Bengals, and I think I did it with Dallas. That's another 2.5 game. I think that the win got momentum. I think Baltimore off a blowout, Cincinnati off of a decent win. I think it's close. I think they keep it close. So I teased in the plus 8.5 on that one. Division rival as well. They both know them. I know Baltimore has beaten them up of late pretty badly, but I don't. I think they keep it within a touchdown for sure.
I like that also. I feel the same way. Next game. This is a joke. Carolina Panthers at Chicago Bears. Bears minus 3.5 at home.
I jumped on this early. I took the Panthers plus 4.5. I took that on Monday. Who the fuck are the Bears laying 4.5 points? That was a false. I mean, they
Anyone.
barely beat the Rams. That was a false. That was a false final against the Rams, man. The Rams outplayed them, outclassed them. It's just the Bears laying 4.5. That number. Give me 4.5 all day. Carolina played tight. I mean, they were playing tight against the Bengals and then got pulled away from. But what are you kidding me? The Bears going to go out there and lay waste to them? Caleb Williams.
Here's another similar game.
No,
Here's another similar game. Right after similar game. Miami Dolphins at New England Patriots. Patriots laying 1.5.
Oh my God! I would not, as Matt Darugo says, I would not watch that game if it was in my backyard. In fact, I would draw the shades.
That's got to be the
I
worst
have
game
no
of 10
action
years.
on that whatsoever. I can't tease Miami because I can't trust them. And the Patriots, I don't know. I have the Patriots as an under for the year, which obviously is looking good. But I have no action on that whatsoever. Pass.
Here's a good game. Buffalo Bills. At Houston. Houston's plus 1.5 at home.
I did a 6.5 point tease with these guys. I got them up to because I think it was at 1. Buffalo, and now this is where I'm being a hypocrite. Bad team off of an amazing comeback win versus a team who just got blown out. I teased the Bills, the plus 8.5, two different ways. They rally. Would I be shocked if they won? No. Houston, I think the number they are like something like 6-2 straight up of late, but they're 0-4-2 against the spread of late.
I love
So
the Bills. I love the Bills that game. I love them.
yeah, oh yeah. If that gets to 3, I think I'll hit it. But I already teased them twice to plus 7.5.
Uh, Next game, Indianapolis Colts at the 0-4 Jacksonville Jaguars with my boy Trevor Lawrence. Jacksonville, now this is a game I love. Jacksonville's -2.5. They have not won a game yet. They're -2.5 at home. I think they win by 14.
I debated about teasing this one too. I can't figure them out because I got so gun shy after they got demolished by Cleveland. I said I'm done with them. I picked them in a pool to cover last week. They did. I just don't know. This if they lose this game, Dougie Peterson is going to be on the same vacation that Joe Biden's been on for the last months.
He'll be gone
I,
next week.
yeah, he'll be gone, and this will be the biggest regret contract wise. Next to Deshaun Watson is giving Trevor Lawrence all that money because he
Yeah.
stinks of late.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence is a 6'6", nice. I did a Ritz commercial with him. Great kid, awesome guy.
Who did you do Rich commercial with? Mae West?
Yeah, that's about it. Yeah, Marilyn Monroe.
By the way, how does Trevor Lawrence fit that nose of his under that helmet? He's got a face like Easter Island statues. That nose is huge.
Dude, I'll tell you what, if you gave that kid a pair of 36 double D's, he'd be hot. Um, good looking chick, great vagina. Next game, you got the Cleveland Browns at Washington. Washington is a team that is the surprise of the year. This quarterback is damn good, man.
They've cost me a lot of money, the Skins, betting against them so
Yeah,
far.
because we didn't see this coming. Who would see this coming?
No. Well, their defense sucks shit, though. Jaden Daniels, I mean, he didn't throw his first pick until last week. I mean, the kid looks legit so far. There's no one's going to say otherwise. But, I mean, this is the week, though. I could see a letdown. I'm not betting it, but I would not be shocked if Cleveland certainly covers. I think Washington, again, getting a little full of themselves, reading all the press stories. Would I be surprised if they go out there and lay an egg? No. But am I going to put my money on Cleveland? Absolutely fucking not.
No, I can't bet Cleveland until Nick Chubb comes back. I mean, I until Chubb comes back, no, hell no. You got we get into the 4 o'clock games. You got the Arizona Cardinals, who I think I think they suck. They're playing at the 49ers. Niners are -7.5. I'll get them down to 6.5, and I'll toss one of my kids on the Niners.
Speaking of the Cardinals, we saw another group of people that fucked me last week. I had Kyler Murray one plus passing touchdowns. First drive, right to Marvin Harrison Jr. Bang, they'll complete one of my parlay legs hit. I'm like, great, one more passing touchdown, we're golden. And then they hand off to Connor later on for another one. They didn't score the rest of the fucking game, and they were getting blown out. You'd figure they'd be throwing their tits off. They couldn't get shit going. And I also had Harrison as a ladder bet. I think 80, 90, and 100 yards because everyone who faced that guy St. Juice for the Redskins fucking was putting up over 100 yards and shit. I go, all right, well, and I'd put Harrison was like plus, I don't know, I think plus like 180 to go over 100 yards. I thought, that's easy. He had 40 in the first quarter. I'm like, oh, I'm counting my money. Then they just go on, they disappeared like fucking Henry Hill. Amazing.
Next game, which I'm skipping.
So yeah,
LA Raiders against the Denver Broncos.
I was gonna say I'd end up teasing the Niners. Who's at ending?
Oh yeah, okay, all right, the Niners. All right. Next game, Raiders at Broncos, which I'm not even looking. I'm just passing it. It's the Broncos are -2.5. These two teams are I can't even look at them.
I think the Devontae Adams thing is a big deal and a major distraction. Again, here you go. A team off of a huge, insane win versus a team that lost. If I were to take it, which I'm not, I would probably take Denver because again, Devontae Adams once out, that locker room is in disarray. They may even do a quarterback change because Gardner Minshew is just a bag of dicks.
All right, we get to your squad, man. The New York Giants at Seattle Seahawks. Seahawks -6.5.
If this gets to 7, I'm hitting the Giants. Or if it doesn't hit it, I'll outline it. The Giants on fucking 10 days rest. Seattle off of a tough loss on short rest. I think the Giants hang tight and fucking and cover that. I really if they especially gets to 7, that's an easy auto bet for me.
We
The
get
only
to a
question
game
I'm
I
worried about is
really like.
Malik Neighbors still hasn't practiced yet. That's a big question mark right there. If he's out, that's a problem.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, then they're
Yeah.
going to be handing the ball off to you or I. I mean,
Wandale Robinson would be our number one receiver. You know we're in trouble when little ass Wandale is
yeah,
our
or Daniel Jones
quarterback.
running up the sidelines.
Yeah.